Alright, so I finally did it. Finally went and finished this thing. It's taken me months and months, because I got burnt out reading it because to me, the first two-thirds of the book is just entirely slop. It's just the writing's bad, the characters are bad, like I don't really care about anything. Like I don't care about the people, I don't care about what's going on, I don't care about really the history. The magic is okay, but not really. To me, it's just kind of it's basically Skyrim. Like I don't know what else to say. Like, oh, you get your powers from dragons, but like to me, it's just like, oh, it's a trope of some fantasy. So I look at it and read it and just go, okay, so it just works like this. That's fine. Um, but my biggest gripe with it, besides the writing, I don't like the writing. And it's part of it is due to the first person of it, but it's also like I don't like that it is like directly in her head, right? Like that's what gets me because it's directly in her head, but the problem is you get like I don't like the inclusion of random stray thoughts. Those random stray thoughts break the pacing. They really fuck with everything, right? It's like it's fine that it's first person in her head, her narrating it, but like most of the time whenever I have an issue with the writing, it's those random stray thoughts. Like to me it makes it read like a 16-year-old fucking Tumblr blog. And it's like I'm not interested in that. I know that some people are, like I've heard that there's other people that write like that and it takes a certain kind of person to enjoy and read that. I just happen to not be one of them, right? Um and I call it slop because to me it is. Like, to me, reading this book, this reads like a first or second draft of something that I'm writing. It literally reads like brain to page once over to clean essentially to clean it up and then send it forward. It's like to me this just feels unfinished. That's why it feels like slop to me. I feel like if she would have went through, four more times, which sounds like a lot because it is a lot because this is, a 450-page book to go back and fine tune things. My really big issue is like I mentioned character arc, character development. Characters aren't even characters until chapter 25, right? And I feel like I don't know this for sure, but I feel like she's very clearly a discovery writer where like she's discovering and writing as she's writing. So that's why the characters don't feel like characters in the beginning because she literally didn't know who they were in the beginning. And to me, if she would have just went back through because like those first chapters are just like the characters suck. It's like the characters don't like they kind of have a vibe to them. Like Dane is straight laced, but like it's like she didn't even know who Dane actually was. He was just a straight laced sheet of paper, and I didn't like that. Now in the back like third of the book, in the last like I'd say 8-ish chapters, 8-10 chapters, Dane is finally a person. Xaden is finally a person. Violet is finally a fucking person. The only character that, since their introduction, was a person from the beginning was Liam, and I can understand why every single person loved Liam because he was an actual character. It's like she actually thought up who he was, what his backstory was, why he acts the way he does, how he is with everything before she put him to paper. And it's like, that's why everyone loves Liam. It's because there was no Liam flop. There was none. Right? And it's like, so, and I should say, I'm calling it slop because to me it is slop. It's something that, like, can be produced faster than other things and require less effort, which I'm not saying it requires no effort. I'm not saying that no time was put into this thing. Like, it's not AI, or at least I hope it's not fucking AI. Um, which AI is the epitome of slop, but it's not that. It's one of those, there was time, there is, you know, care going into it. It's just, to me, I feel like she should have done a couple more pass-throughs, because, like, once she got done with this first book, if she would have went back through the beginning chapters, going, okay, this is who these people are, she could have turned them into characters from page one, right? Where, but to me, it just feels like she didn't do that, which is what makes it slop to me. Um, But I will say, and something else with slop is like people enjoy slop very clearly. People enjoy slop. I read this book and I go at slop, and a lot of people enjoyed it. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You're allowed to enjoy slop. You're allowed to enjoy what you enjoy. That's fine, right? But to me, it's eh. Now, I will say, so like the last, like I said, 8-10 chapters, like characters actually felt like characters. It was okay. My biggest issue again, like in those last chapters, was the writing still. Again, I don't like that first person perspective, which I'd already spoke about. But besides that, the characters actually felt like they were people. They actually felt worth, like I could actually, or I actually started feeling myself caring about the things that they cared about, caring about the things that they stood for, because there was finally something to latch onto. And it's like, you could just call it a slow burn, but it doesn't feel like it's an intentional slow burn. It feels like there's just a lack of information. Like, and I don't mean on us. I feel like Rebecca Yaros just didn't have the information to give to us. I feel like that was the problem. Um, but in those last 10 chapters, like I'm gonna say relatively hooked. Like there was like yes, but no. It's one of those. There were a couple endings to chapters, like the one where essentially it was the second sex scene, which that's a whole nother thing to get on about, where it gets cut short essentially because oh they're being attacked. That entire chapter, I even complained to my fiance about it. That entire chapter, like as soon as they introduced oh the big important meeting and oh the king is going to be there and stuff like that, my brain went oh they're going to get attacked. And then they played into it super hard, and that was the cliffhanger for that chapter, is that they're getting attacked. And I shut the book and put it down for the day after that one, because I'm all like, that was too on the nose. I guessed it too easy. And then whenever I picked the book back up and read that, oh, it was fake, I just kind of went, okay, okay, I guess it's fake, whatever. Like I didn't care. I didn't care about any of it. To me, I just rolled my eyes at all of it, just going, essentially she chose wrong in both circumstances. To me it should have been like a full send, right? Some sort of something should have actually happened, but it did at least lead up to where the back half was. um I will say I can understand why people are so upset about Liam dying, like especially because how they did it, the fake out, the Liam death fake out, like i I like it, but I don't like the fake out there, like thematically or what have you, but I like it because of people like me who are around people who have read The Fourth Wing and really enjoy it. So I knew that Liam was going to die. So the fake out was 10 times more effective because I thought that I'm like, oh, he actually just died there. Okay, whoop-de-doo. And then, it was kind of like a letdown because of how he died. I'm like, wow, he essentially just, he didn't get killed off screen, but I almost prefer that he would have got killed off screen at that point. But then that fake out was fine because the book didn't even like really play into it. It was just all like, yep, this happened. And then whenever he was fine, because they didn't like lean in, because it wasn't leaned into, like it didn't bother me. I'm like, oh, okay, I was just wrong. That's fine. That's fine. We're good. Um but with that, however, he did actually die. Like I'm a fan. Like I like how they did it. Like they went after the dragon, one to show that dragons can die. They are not ineffable. Like essentially everything that I complained about with them not showing things for Xaden, right? Like showing that oh he's a bad guy, oh he's a terrible person, oh this and that and that, this and that. They did what I was complaining about there. Like instead of just saying oh dragons can die, oh dragons will die, oh this is dangerous, they showed that it's dangerous. And not just dangerous, but they killed off a pretty important character at that point. Now, I can say one of the things about Liam that I don't like is I'm pretty sure Liam was added in just to die. Like, she decided on who the main cast was, so Liam was one of those characters that they just kind of dangled in front of you and went, here you go, fall in love with this person, I'm going to throw him away because I don't want to kill any of my real main characters. That is kind of how he feels. Because, like, he's only in the back half of the book, right? Like, he wasn't there from the beginning. Like, he was mentioned one other time before then, and as soon as I saw the name was dropped and that he was the best of the best, I'm like, oh, we're gonna meet him. We're gonna meet him, right? Um, I didn't pick up right away on that first introduction that it was Liam, right? Like, I read his name and just didn't even think about Liam dying, right? But it was later on whenever he was actually introduced, and I went, oh, yeah, okay. But to me, even that mention before just kind of felt forced. Kind of like she went, oh, I need to mention him somewhere so that he's not just kind of dropped in. Like I said, it's part of what makes him feel like he was given to the reader base just to kill because she didn't want to kill one of the main people. Um, but the death, I do like that they targeted the dragon. I do like that they showed just how ruthless the wyverns are, not caring about themselves, their own life, their anything, just to get the kill, right? Essentially kamikazes. I like that they killed off a dragon first. That way they showed finally that when a dragon dies, the rider will die. And then also showed that it's not necessarily peaceful, but like you wouldn't even know what happened. Like if someone were to just find Liam on the side of the road with no dragon, they would just kind of look at him and go, "Why is he dead?" Right? That to me is neat. Finally seeing the validity of the whole, oh, if Violet dies, Zayden dies. Oh, if this dies, this. It's like, okay, we finally have the proof. We finally have the proof that it will happen that way, right? And I do like even though Liam was given to us so late and it feels like that, it did still feel impactful because Liam was always around. As soon as he was introduced, he was always there. He was in like he was there just as much as Violet was. From his introduction forward. Well, from his actual introduction forward, which is why it was so impactful and so devastating whenever he died, because he was essentially one of the main characters. Like, to me, he was more of a main character than Zayden, even though Zayden was talked about constantly. He wasn't there every single time. He was there a lot, but Liam was definitely there more. Um, but yeah. Um, I do like how they flipped the script. I like how Violet interacted with the flipping of the script. How the fables, like I like the introduction of the fables and how it was like her prized childhood possession, right? And then she slowly pieced together all of the different things throughout her life that showed her that, oh, we're the bad guys, right? And then kind of how she's been dealing with that, but also at the same time, I I struggle with stuff like that because to me, as soon as I can make logical sense of something, like my worldview just shifts, right? Just being like, oh, okay, so I guess this is how it actually is. I guess I've just been a dumbass. So I feel so for myself. It's hard for me to sympathize with her going through this. I imagine that for other people it isn't, but it is for me. To me, I'm just like, stop being a dumbass. He's literally hiding things for your benefit. Ignorance is bliss is a fucking metaphor with so much staying power for a reason. If he's trying to make you remain ignorant, it's for your betterment. Stop being mad at him. Stop being a stupid fucking teenager in a 21-year-old body. uh, trying to think. Trying to think. So I didn't read like the bonus content yet. That is Zayden's point of view because I have so it'll probably make me forget everything that I'm thinking right now because the ending is still fresh. And if I start reading Zayden's point of view, it'll drag me back to like chapters that I've already read, and it'll just essentially fuck with my attention. Um, yeah. So all in all, like I can't sit here and be like, oh, this is the worst thing that I've ever read, the worst thing that I will ever read, because that's just not true. It's just not true. I think all in all, like I did enjoy the back half, or not the back half, but the back like third of the book. I did find myself enjoying it once the characters were actually worth reading about. Like once I was finally able to invest into the characters because there was something there. Like, let me put it this way. So, what is it? The other first years, like what is it? What's her name? Like Rhiannon. It's Rhiannon. Is Sawyer still around? I don't remember if Sawyer's still around. Um, and Riddick, right? Like I'm not emotionally invested in any of them. Anytime they show up, like to me, nameless villager. Like I don't care about them because I don't know anything about them. Even Rhiannon, like going and seeing her family, and didn't even really get to see her interact with her family. That's one thing. Like they went and did that detour for her, but like I wasn't invested in the character, so I didn't care. And then right there is a really good example of how they could have essentially dedicated, part of a chapter or a whole chapter to her so that we could finally learn who she is, why she is, why like she cares so goddamn much about everything. Like I think that they did explain that like her niece or nephew or whatever that she was holding was born since she joined the Riders Quadrant, which like yeah, okay, I can understand, but that's still not much. There's still nothing there. I have not connected with her. I don't care, right? Um even like even like Dane, right? Like ooh, Dane's an asshole. Like yes, but also I can't connect with him like at all because I don't know anything about him. Like I know that he is a stubborn, arrogant, straight-laced motherfucker that rules, 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 right? But that's all I know. That's all I know. Um, so I can't connect or care really at all of any of his decisions. To me, I just look at him and go, okay, so he's just going. This is the most logical conclusion. Read her mind to know whether or not she's telling the truth, and he was going to do it, and he will do it, and he'll do it every single time, right? Um, trying to think here. It's just all in all, do I regret reading the whole thing? Not really, but to me, it's just basic. It's just basic fantasy. Like it's not doing anything groundbreaking. It's not doing anything really. I'm gonna say worthwhile. I might. I don't want to say that I will read the second and third and then eventually fourth book. I might. I don't know. Just seems like a big what you call it, like a big ask because even now, like in my chest, I can feel it going. I don't want to. Like that was a lot of time to read this, and like eh, eh. Oh, I guess with the like with the alternate power system, like the Viennan and the shit like that, those are neat, but they remind me a lot of what you call it, of the first Law trilogy from Joe Abercrombie, and I know that it's way longer than that. I think that it's like 12 books now or some shit like that. But they have a very similar system to where you can just the magic system that takes a lot of time to develop and a lot of time to master and a lot of time to do everything. There's a way to bypass it, but you give up your humanity to do so. Um you won't ever like the peaks of your strength will not be as high as someone who doesn't, give up their humanity for it, but it just reminded me of it. It just reminded me of that power system entirely. I just went, "Oh, okay, so this is what we're working with." Which not exactly a bad thing. It's neat, but also I don't like that like they're such an imposing force and like they just get taken out with like a single like dagger stab essentially. That's something that I would like explained because to me I feel like they should still have the weaknesses of humans. Like Violet got stabbed in the back and kept going, so to me why can't they, right? It's probably something to do with the magical runes that are etched or whatever that just completely negates all of their power. Oh, okay, I guess that could work. As if because they were described as soulless, so the power that they have is everything that they have to go on. So if it's dissipated, they'll just collapse. I guess that okay. I guess that could work. Not a huge fan, but I guess it could work. Um, but yeah, can say so. Said about the sex scenes before. I don't. So like this. Hold on. This right here at the top. We're gonna see if it's gonna work. I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. Like, it's not an epic. The sexy and sizzling. there's two fucking sex scenes, and it's chapter like 32 and 36 or something like that. No, not 36. I'm sorry. It's chapter like 30 and 32 out of 30 fucking 9 or whatever. It to me it's wild. Like I hate that. That right there on the top, it bothers me so much cuz like it's not an epic. It's not an epic. Like an epic is for stories, like it means something. An epic means that it is a journey. And we're talking like so um what are they called? What are they called? The Lord of the Rings. That is an epic. It is an epic fantasy because they are traveling the world over. It is about the journey. This they don't fucking go anywhere. How's it an epic? Fight me. uh Now with how all of the writing is, they probably meant epic in the other fucking form, meaning, oh, it's like great. But either way, I don't like it. And then yeah, I was expecting way more like sex scenes and shit. And like them, they're okay. They're fine. Like I'm sitting here going like I feel like they're still pun half intended. Uh there's things that are like there's some that is left to be desired. I can't remember like I can't figure out the proper wording to make that saying fit. But it's like there's something to be desired there. It's like it's okay. It's fine. Just kind of wish that it was a little better, I guess. Cuz like some of the paragraphs are fine and they're really thought invoking. They're really like they do what they need to do, you know what I mean? And all of this sounds like, oh, I'm a smut connoisseur. I'm literally not. But it's like you're sitting there and it's like, okay, this paragraph works and then it's broken up and then it's broken up by her inner fucking thoughts, like always. It's like just get rid of that shit. Holy fuck. Um, maybe that was the problem. I don't know. I didn't like I don't really remember him too much, but who knows? Maybe there's gonna be more in the second and third books. Not that I'm exactly wanting the smut or what have you, but it's one of those like if it's going to be called a smut book, where's the smut? Who knows? But I think that that's about most of my thoughts. And to wrap it all up into like a sentence or two, it's fine. If it's what you like, it's what you like, right? And very clearly, a lot of people like this stuff. So at that point, like I can't sit here and like legitimately judge anybody for enjoying this, right? If it's what you like, it's what you like. Enjoy the fucking thing, right? Especially because I think that she is finally working on her fourth book. Hopefully she doesn't burn herself out like I do constantly. And that whenever it's released, I hope it's what everyone wants, right? I hope it's what all of her readers want. Um, but yeah, it's one of those. Those I believe are most of my thoughts on it. Like all in all, it's fine. I'm hoping if the trend is going from first chapter to last chapter, it did progressively get better and better and better. So hopefully the second book essentially leaves off where this one did in terms of pacing, characters, character progression, arcs, right? Because like also even in this book, like character arcs, there aren't any. I haven't really noticed any. Like Violet, kind of, but Violet just it's kind of like a shonen with her, to where she just kind of does what needs to be done when it needs to be done, including whenever it comes to like any kind of like mental arc. It's just like, oh, well, I need to be more confident. And then all of a sudden, she's just more confident. Like, she doesn't have to fight or work for it. Like, her powers, it's kind of the same thing. Like, however, can't say at least she is trying. At the very end, we'll see if, like, going into the next book, if I read the next book, her being able to aim, like, that is a big thing that it does seem like she did actually have to fight and work for. Like that is the first time that I think I've seen her actually have to fight and work at something, right? Like in the entire book. So to me, that would be nice. Now what would be nice is if she didn't just immediately be able to aim again, but instead have to be able to focus and figure out why, or like essentially why she could aim then and aim at Jack Barlow, but not any other time. She did, the words were verbatim that she actually had to have intent, right? Which, if that is how that works, then she should not be able to aim unless she actually has essentially solidified and been able to overcome killing, right? That she essentially has to get through the mental hurdle that she will be killing things, she will be killing people, and she needs to be okay with it. And essentially, I just want to see her struggle more until she becomes okay with that. And then what would make it even better is if she literally can't use her powers really on people or things that she is not ideologically aligned with killing, if that makes sense. Like, she would literally not be able to go kill like a deer in the forest with her lightning powers because she's not okay with killing that deer. Right? That's what I would like to be able to see. Is that she has to almost go through checks and balances and be okay each and every time that she goes to do that, right? So like essentially her powers being almost worthless against humans because she's still just not okay with bolting a human. It would just be it'd just be a neat concept, and it'd be like, and it would be nice to actually see that, because there is still progression there. There's still an arc there. There's still an underlying something instead of it just being, oh well, she needs this now, so she has it. Uh, That's yeah. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. Again, that's even if I break into the second book. But I've been yapping now for almost 30 minutes, so I believe I'm just going to end it here. There's probably an absolute ass ton of shit that I've missed and I'm not thinking about right now. Uh, if they come up in conversation with someone, they come up in conversation with somebody, but I'm not too worried about it, about missing them right now. So, yep, I'm gonna leave it here, gonna fucking put this to upload in a couple of minutes, and we'll go from there. See ya.